In the vibrant village of Sunderpur, nestled amidst rolling green hills and lush fields, lived a curious and adventurous boy named Kapil. Kapil was known for his love of exploring the dense forests surrounding his village. One sunny morning, as Kapil ventured deep into the woods, he stumbled upon an ancient, crumbling temple overgrown with vines and moss. Inside the temple, Kapil discovered a beautifully carved stone pedestal with an inscription in an ancient language. Fascinated, he quickly sketched the symbols into his notebook and decided to seek help in deciphering the mysterious script. Kapil hurried back to the village, eager to share his discovery with his best friend Kavita. Kavita was a bright and resourceful girl with a knack for solving puzzles. Together, they showed the inscription to their village's wise old scholar, Pandit Ji. After studying the symbols carefully, Pandit Ji revealed that the inscription spoke of a sacred lotus with magical powers, capable of bringing prosperity and happiness to the entire village. However, the sacred lotus was hidden in the heart of the enchanted forest, guarded by mystical creatures and protected by powerful enchantments. Determined to find the sacred lotus and help their village, Kapil and Kavita decided to embark on an adventurous quest. Kapil and Kavita packed their bags with essential supplies and set off on their journey early the next morning. They carried a map, some food, water, and a few tools. Their first challenge was to navigate through the dense forest. Kapil, with his experience as an explorer, led the way, using his keen sense of direction and knowledge of the terrain. As they walked, Kavita noticed unusual patterns on the trees and the ground. She realized these patterns were ancient symbols that could guide them on their path. With Kapil's navigation skills and Kavita's ability to decipher the symbols, they made steady progress. Along the way, they encountered various animals, some friendly and some not so much. Kapil's calm demeanor and Kavita's quick thinking helped them avoid any dangerous encounters. They also met a wise old owl named Rishi, who offered them advice and guidance. Rishi warned them about the dangers of the enchanted forest and gave them a magical feather that would glow if they were on the right path. After days of travel, Kapil and Kavita finally reached the outskirts of the enchanted forest. The forest was dark and mysterious, with trees so tall that their tops disappeared into the clouds. Strange and magical creatures roamed freely, and the air was filled with an eerie silence. Rishi's feather began to glow softly, guiding them deeper into the forest. They soon encountered a shimmering, crystal-clear river that blocked their path. The river was enchanted, and its waters could not be crossed by ordinary means. Kavita noticed a riddle carved into a stone near the river bank. Solving the riddle would reveal the way to cross the river. With their combined intellect, Kapil and Kavita cracked the riddle and discovered a hidden bridge made of light, which appeared only when the correct incantation was spoken. Crossing the bridge, they continued their journey. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they faced numerous challenges, including treacherous terrain, magical traps, and enchanted creatures. However, their determination and unwavering friendship saw them through each obstacle. After many trials, Kapil and Kavita finally reached the heart of the enchanted forest. There, in a serene and beautiful clearing, stood the sacred lotus, glowing with a soft, magical light. However, guarding the lotus was a fearsome dragon named Drishti, with scales that shimmered like precious gems. Drishti had been tasked with protecting the sacred lotus for centuries and was not about to let two children take it away. Kapil and Kavita knew they had to prove their worthiness to Drishti. They approached the dragon respectfully and explained their mission to bring prosperity and happiness to their village. Impressed by their bravery and sincerity, Drishti decided to test their character. The dragon presented them with 3 challenges: a test of courage, a test of wisdom, and a test of compassion. Only if they passed all 3 tests would they be deemed worthy of the sacred lotus. The first test was the test of courage. Drishti led them to a dark cave filled with eerie sounds and shadowy figures. They had to retrieve a glowing gem from the deepest part of the cave without succumbing to their fears. Kapil and Kavita entered the cave, their hearts pounding. The shadows seemed to move and whisper, trying to scare them. Kapil took the lead, encouraging Kavita to stay close. They kept reminding each other that their mission was for the greater good and that they needed to be brave. With determination and mutual support, they reached the heart of the cave and found the glowing gem. They quickly grabbed it and made their way back to the cave entrance. Drishti, observing from above, nodded approvingly as they emerged victorious. The second test was the test of wisdom. Drishti presented them with a series of intricate puzzles and riddles. These puzzles required not only intelligence but also creativity and lateral thinking to solve. Kavita's sharp mind and Kapil's logical thinking came in handy. They worked together, discussing each puzzle and using their different perspectives to find the solutions. They solved puzzles involving patterns, numbers, and ancient symbols, impressing Drishti with their teamwork and intelligence. The final test was the test of compassion. Drishti took them to a small village on the outskirts of the enchanted forest. The villagers were suffering from a terrible drought and their crops were failing. Kapil and Kavita had to find a way to help the villagers and show their compassion. Kavita noticed that the village had a dried up well and a river nearby. She suggested they dig a canal to redirect the river's water to the well. Kapil and Kavita, with the help of the villagers, worked tirelessly to dig the canal and bring water to the village. Their selflessness and determination paid off, and soon the village was filled with water, reviving the crops and bringing joy to the villagers. Drishti, witnessing their compassion and dedication, was deeply moved. Having passed all three tests, Drishti declared Kapil and Kavita worthy of the Sacred Lotus. The dragon presented them with the magical flower, its petals glowing with a radiant light. Drishti explained that the lotus's magic would bring prosperity and happiness to their village, but also reminded them of the importance of using its power wisely and selflessly. With the sacred lotus in their possession, Kapil and Kavita thanked Drishti and began their journey back to Sunderpur. The return journey was filled with excitement and anticipation. They couldn't wait to share their adventure and the lotus's magic with their fellow villagers. Upon reaching Sunderpur, Kapil and Kavita were greeted with cheers and celebrations. The villagers had been anxiously awaiting their return, and their joy knew no bounds when they saw the sacred lotus. Pandit Ji, the village scholar, performed a special ritual to harness the lotus's magic. As the lotus's magic spread throughout the village, the fields flourished, the rivers flowed abundantly, and happiness filled every heart. Sunderpur became a beacon of prosperity and harmony, thanks to Kapil and Kavita's bravery and selflessness. Kapil and Kavita's adventure became a legendary tale in Sunderpur, passed down from generation to generation. Their story inspired countless others to be brave, wise, and compassionate. They continued to explore and protect their beloved forest, always ready to help those in need. The sacred lotus, now a symbol of hope and prosperity, was carefully guarded by the villagers. Kapil and Kavita grew up to become respected leaders in their community, always embodying the values they had learned on their quest. And so, the village of Sunderpur thrived, its people living in harmony with nature and each other. The legacy of Kapil and Kavita's adventure remained a guiding light, reminding everyone that with courage, wisdom, and compassion, anything is possible. The story of Kapil and Kavita teaches us the importance of courage, wisdom, and compassion. It reminds us that true strength lies in helping others and working together for the greater good. By using our unique abilities and supporting each other, we can overcome any challenge and create a better world for all. If you like the story, then subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories.